Picture a little blonde girl, pigtails bouncing, clutching her Mrs. Beasley doll, with a smile that melted the heart of America. That was Anissa Jones, better known as Buffy, the child star of Family Affair, the hit sitcom of the 1960s, at 8 years old. She was the picture of the American dream, gracing lunchboxes, coloring books, and big-time talk shows. But on a summer night in 1976, the stage lights went dark. Anissa, only 18, was found lifeless on a floor in Oceanside, California, next to a mysterious envelope from a so-called Dr. Feelgood. Her death was called an accident. But what did her friends at that party do? Why did a girl who once had fame, fortune, and the love of millions slip into the shadows today? I'm going to share the story behind Anissa's smile, a tragedy that began in the spotlight and ended in questions. Let's dive in. Chapter 1. A childhood glow that hid a dark future. Years later, they found her body beside an empty pill bottle, a strange envelope lying nearby. No one knows who sent it or why it was never opened publicly. But back in 1966, Anissa Jones was just a blonde-haired girl with a smile that made America forget its wars. At 8, she stepped onto the CBS set, blue eyes sparkling, pigtails swinging, transforming into Buffy on Family Affair, the lovable orphan living with her wealthy uncle. Within weeks, Family Affair topped the charts and Anissa became an icon of the American dream. Mrs. Beasley dolls flew off shelves, coloring books, clothes, and lunchboxes with her face flooded the market. She appeared on Merv Griffin's talk show and presented at the Emmy Awards in 1967, one of the youngest ever to do so, according to the San Bernardino Sun from that year. "That girl's an angel," a producer declared. On screen, she was Buffy. She was... In real life, no one asked what Anissa thought. The spotlight hid a darkness creeping in. Anissa worked 7 days a week, from dawn to late at night, while her friends played in backyards. Her mother, Mary, a former zoology student, stood behind her, pushing her daughter to stardom. "My mom wanted me to be a star," Anissa once told co-star Kathy Garver, as noted in Surviving Sissy. But her voice trembled, but she never hugged me after a shoot. Mary was always on set, her eyes sharp. Once, she scolded Anissa in front of the crew for laughing off cue. When Anissa teared up, Mary just shook her head. "Don't make a scene like that again." A crew member whispered, "One time." Anissa vanished from the set for nearly an hour, her eyes red when she came back. No one dared ask, because Mary always got things back in order. A friend said Anissa once held her Mrs. Beasley doll and muttered, "She's not me, but she's going to kill me." In the 1960s, America needed Family Affair to soothe the pain of the Vietnam War and counterculture unrest. Anissa, with her pigtails and doll, was a comforting balm. The public adored her, but few saw the pressure weighing her down to always be perfect, always adorable. In a diary found later, Anissa wrote, "I don't know if I'm really living." Rumors spread Mary pushed Anissa to exhaustion, treating her more like a commodity than a daughter. She'd sit for hours staring out the makeup room window, where there was nothing but a parking lot and power lines. "I won't always be Buffy." "Will I?" she whispered, as if she could see the fate waiting for her. Anissa captured America's heart, but that little girl was drifting away from herself, and no one, not even her mother, noticed the darkness swallowing her whole. Chapter 2. A legendary role and a lifelong curse. In 1971, Family Affair ended, and Anissa, now 12, thought she was free. "I don't want to be Buffy anymore," she told her brother Paul, her voice trembling with hope, according to a 2021 Yahoo report. But Buffy's shadow clung to her like a curse. At school, kids taunted her as the doll girl, hurling cruel words that made her shrink. "Call me Anissa," she yelled at a teacher, but even they slipped up, perfinned to death. A local paper dubbed her a washed-up child star, with a photo of a beaming Buffy. Anissa tore it up, whispering, "They don't know me." A friend said she got fan letters begging, "Stay Buffy forever," each one a knife to her heart. Later, in that unopened envelope, they found a torn page, possibly from her diary, where she wrote about days of being called the wrong name. Anissa ached to break free from Buffy's image. She auditioned for Regan in The Exorcist in 1973. A dark role, but director William Friedkin said no, Buffy can't be possessed. The part went to Linda Blair in 1976. She tried for Iris in Taxi Driver, but Martin Scorsese passed "She's too pure," per the famous people. Each rejection trapped her in a glass cage. One night, she stood before her bedroom mirror, carving Anissa into her arm with a ballpoint pen, as if to remind herself she wasn't Buffy. "Who am I?" she murmured, tears falling. Once, she skipped school for 2 days, untraceable. When she returned, she said coldly, "I was trying to feel what it's like to disappear." In the 1970s, Hollywood shifted to gritty films, leaving child stars like Anissa behind. The public still called her Buffy, but no one hired her. Rumors swirled. A Family Affair crew member whispered they didn't want Anissa to grow up. Big roles were offered, but someone at CBS nixed them, saying she's just Buffy. A strange envelope arrived at the set, reading, "Don't let the girl talk too much." No one knew who sent it. A classmate said Anissa burned a Family Affair poster in the schoolyard, screaming, "I hate her." Mary watched her every move, as if Anissa were property. A teacher murmured, Mary didn't want Anissa to grow up. She wanted Buffy forever. When the world only saw Buffy, what could Anissa do to escape that curse, or was she already losing the fight? Chapter 3. A father's death pushes Anissa deeper into darkness. In 1974, 16-year-old Anissa stood before her father's coffin. John Paul Jones died of heart disease just 4 days before her birthday. "Dad was the only one who got me," she told Paul, her voice breaking. Per Finda death. Losing him was like losing her last anchor. She had to live with Mary, who controlled her like a puppet. Mary reported her missing whenever Anissa slipped away for days, yelling at the police station. Her friends are poisoning her, according to the Family Affair child star Hollywood broke. But a neighbor whispered. Mary once said, "If she wants to run, let her destroy herself." A chilling rumor spread Mary deliberately let Anissa access drugs to keep her docile, a cruel way to maintain control. A custody battle since Anissa was 5 left scars that never healed. She wrote to an aunt, begging, "I can't stay here." But Mary intercepted it, per an unnamed relative. Anissa found solace with Paul, but her brother was sinking into drugs too. They'd sit in their room, listening to music, trying to block out Mary's fights. "I don't belong anywhere," Anissa wrote in her diary. At school, friends shunned her, scared of being tied to a has-been star. A classmate said she sat in the corner, eyes red, muttering, "I just want to disappear." Anissa started shoplifting and experimenting with drugs, rebelling against Mary and the world. A conspiracy theory circulated Hollywood isolated her, denying her roles, fearing she'd expose the industry's cruelty. They wanted her quiet. A Family Affair crew member murmured, per Yahoo. A friend said Anissa found a strange envelope in Mary's bag, reading, "Keep Anissa in line." She didn't understand it, but it haunted her. Another friend recalled her standing in the yard, staring at the sky, whispering, "I wish I wasn't me." Was Mary and Hollywood conspiring to hold her back? Or was Anissa pushing herself toward the edge? Who would save Anissa when the people she loved were driving her into the dark? Or was that their plan? Chapter 4. A fortune at 18 becomes her greatest tragedy. In March of 1976, Anissa turned 18, her eyes lighting up as she received nearly $200,000 from her Family Affair trust fund. "Now I live for me," she told Paul, her voice brimming with excitement. Per the tragic case of Anissa Jones, she bought a Ford Pinto for herself and a Camaro for Paul, then moved into apartment number 100 in Playa del Rey, leaving her handprint in wet cement a haunting relic today. That Camaro was later found in an abandoned lot. No one knows who she gave it to or when she left it behind. Anissa worked at Yum Yum Donuts, trying to live normal, but her old fame pulled her back. She fell into partying with Alan Butch Covan, whom Mary called the Destroyer, per Who's Dated Who, once. A 3-day party raged in Venice Beach on the 4th morning. Anissa woke under a table, shirt torn, wallet empty, remembering nothing but a stranger whispering, "Are you Buffy?" She stumbled to her feet, Buffy's shadow still looming. Alan introduced her to cocaine, Seconal, and phencyclidine, easily bought from Dr. Don Carlos Mochos for $5. 1970s California was a drug haven, and Anissa dove in like a moth to a flame. A donut shop worker said she showed up with bloodshot eyes like she hadn't slept in a week. Per real reviews, in 4 months, she burned through nearly $200,000. All-night parties, impulsive trips, heavier drug doses, late at night. She sat alone on her apartment floor, next to the wet cement wall where she'd written her name, "If I disappear." "Who'll remember this name?" she whispered. Eyes lost, per a friend on fin to death. Rumors spread Alan wasn't just a boyfriend but was using her money. A friend said Anissa threw cash out a window in a drugged haze, yelling, "I don't need it anymore." She thought she was tasting freedom, but the darkness was tightening its grip. A fan later claimed to find a scrap of paper in her apartment, scrawled with, "Anissa, don't go on." Who left that note? Or did she write it herself? Who was Alan Kovan? Really? And why did Anissa let him lead her into the shadows? Chapter 5, Anissa's death and a haunting that lingers on the night of August 27, 1976. Anissa sat hunched in her Ford Pinto, hair tangled, her once blue eyes now cloudy, as if swallowed by darkness. She, Alan Butch Kovan, and a few friends staggered to a party at 14-year-old Helen Hennessy's house in Oceanside, California. In a dim bathroom, under flickering light like a dying candle, Anissa snorted cocaine, swallowed Seconal, and smoked phencyclidine, per the tragic case of Anissa Jones. She stepped out, legs trembling, as if walking on fate's razor edge. At 3 a.m, she knocked on Helen's door, mumbling, "If I disappear, who'll remember Anissa Buffy 1? Didn't she?" Her voice broke, like she was pleading with herself. Helen, scared, told police. She looked like her soul had already left, per grunge. A friend said Anissa clutched an old Buffy photo, tears streaming, whispering, "I could never get away from her." On the morning of August 28, Anissa was found face up on the floor by a waterbed, wearing only white shorts, an EKG patch on her cold chest. "One of the worst overdoses we've seen," a coroner said, shocked. Per the Family Affair child star Hollywood broke. An envelope from Dr. Don Carlos Mochos, detailing Seconal, lay nearby. No one knows who sent it or why it stayed sealed. A strange, unlabeled drug packet was hastily hidden under a pillow. Who put it there? Statlander, a friend. Quickly dressed Anissa in shorts before paramedics arrived, per fin to death. Alan and others delayed calling for help, left the scene, then returned. A witness said Alan looked at Anissa, muttered, "She'll be fine," and turned away, as if afraid to face the truth. Per the tragic case of Anissa Jones, the public raged. They kept calling her Buffy, even as she was dying, a friend said in her final moment. Anissa gripped Helen's hand, whispering, "Don't let me be Buffy forever." A desperate plea. A scandal erupted like a wildfire. Rumors flew. Alan and friends covered up, fearing drug-related arrests. A chilling conspiracy suggested Mochos, tied to an illegal drug ring, gave Anissa a lethal dose to punish her for debts, or because she knew too much about Hollywood's dark side. A friend claimed a torn paper near her body read, "Anissa, don't go on like the note in Playa del Rey," but it vanished before police checked. A fan said a shredded letter near the envelope had, "I want to go. Let Buffy live." Did Anissa give up on herself? Police called it an accident, but the public whispered, "They let her die. Her body was cremated, ashes scattered in the Pacific, but her pain still echoes." A friend said that night. Anissa's faint reflection appeared in the bathroom mirror, as if she was still trying to escape Buffy. Was Anissa's death an accident, or did a dark plot steal her life? Chapter 6. Anissa's loss leaves regret and guilt. Anissa's death left a painful void, like a knife in the hearts of those who knew her. 6 days later, Dr. Don Carlos Mochos was arrested for illegally prescribing Seconal but died in December 1976 from diabetes and hepatitis. escaping trial. Anissa's family sued his estate, winning $79,500 in 1979, with Moshos deemed 30% responsible. Per the family affair, child star Hollywood broke. But money couldn't ease the grief. Mary lost her son Paul to an overdose in 1984, just after what would have been Anissa's 26th birthday. "I lost both my kids to that stuff," Mary wept in an interview. Per Yahoo, but a neighbor whispered. She never said sorry to Anissa. Kathy Garver, who played Sissy on Family Affair, wrote in Surviving Sissy, "I wish I'd done more for Anissa." She recalled Anissa's sad eyes on set, as if she foresaw her fate. Hollywood blamed itself too. Anissa's death, alongside Sebastian Cabot's stroke in 1977 and Brian Keith's suicide in 1997, exposed the industry's dark side. "We used her up and threw her away," an anonymous producer said, per Yahoo. But the mystery lingers. Rumors claimed Alan knew Anissa was in trouble but delayed help to avoid arrest. A darker conspiracy: Hollywood let Anissa disappear to silence her about their cruelty. A crew member said they didn't want her spilling what she knew. A fan claimed to find Anissa's notebook with, "I don't want to be Buffy anymore," per Real Reviews Unverified. A friend said Mary found a letter from Anissa, reading, "Mom never loved me but burned it before police arrived." Another rumor: Moshos's envelope held not just a prescription but a note for Anissa to help her sleep. Who wrote it? And why did Mary dodge police questions about Alan Cove and Anissa's death remains a puzzle. With pieces: the envelope, the letter, the Anissa. Don't go on note gone like Paul's Camaro in that abandoned lot. Who's truly to blame? Hollywood, her family, or the friends who abandoned her? Conclusion: the legacy of a star snuffed out. Anissa Jones, the girl who made America smile, is now a faded memory, like stage lights gone dark. But her legacy endures. Buffy and Family Affair is still beloved, and Mrs. Beasley dolls are prized collectibles. In Playa del Rey, Anissa's handprint and signature on the sidewalk of apartment number 100 stand as a painful reminder of a star extinguished. The photo book, Anissa Jones, forever young and surviving. Sissy keep her memory alive, a smart, kind girl betrayed by the world. A fan said touching her handprint brought an unnamed sadness, as if Anissa was still whispering, "If I disappear, who'll remember this name?" Anissa's death was a wake-up call. Alongside Paul's overdose in 1984, Sebastian Cabot, and Brian Keith. She exposed fame's cost. The industry changed, strengthening the Coogan Act to protect child actors. But for Anissa, it was too late. Hollywood's pressure, family strife, and friends' naggle